Hello everybody, once again this is AikawaKazu and welcome to the all EX skills showcase for the 24 classes in the game right now, including Kali. So it's going to be a PvP followed by a PVE showcase of the relevant EX skills, so I'll start with the Gladiator and then so on and so forth. So this is with me right now. So for Front Shove EX, the normal casting version is this. You still have that stack back thing. The step back motion where you have iframe, you can see that the step back is further now, but the forward motion has very far range as well. So that's the first thing you will notice about front shove. But you realize that there are certain people who can cast front shove very quickly, so this is how you do it. There's two phases where you can use front shove. When you press the hotkey button for front shove, you can press the left click, like this. So it's extremely fast. So anytime when you press F with the backward motion of the front shove, you can choose to press the left click. So if you choose to press it like midway the back step, you'll step forward very fast as well. So after that you move into the second phase of front shove, where you can press either the left click or the right click. So if you want to do the super fast speed forward motion followed by the very fast attack, the second slash, you can just press left click. You can rather spam it like this. And realize that the front shove EX, the range, that means the second slash, has a 360-degree covering angle. That means you can actually front shove through your opponent and then press the left click and you will still flinch your opponent. Don't worry, I will not forget about the right click version, so I'm just going to show you guys what I mean. So I front shove through her, and you can see I still manage to flinch her even though she's behind me. So that is front shove EX, changed from a frontal stagger second slash to a 360-degree second slash. So the last one will be the right click version where you can go into aerial combo as well. So if you do the front shove, delay it, and you can do the uplift version. So you can connect the uplift version into aerial combo as well, but I do not really recommend it because just like Moonblade dance, when you try to do aerial combo after your Moonblade dance, it's sometimes a little bit buggy, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and yeah, I wouldn't chain into aerial combo unless they're doing like against the wall. So let's try that. So that's the aerial combo version. So that concludes the front shove EX PvP things that I want to share with you guys. So the PvE version will just show you how you can clump up monsters and do a 360. So I would say the PvE version of this showcase will be a bit shorter. So we'll go straight into hacking stance. So hacking stance, the thing you will realize is that, let's just bring up the skill description here. The total attack power is increased by 15% for PvP and 30% for PvE. So the only change here is when you press the right click, last time you can do a side sweep to cancel your hacking stance, then you can go into a dash, but right now you can cancel your hacking stance like this. So I'll just hacking stance towards her and then show you guys the right click version. And then if I press right click, you can see it's a free lift and you can continue your combos like this. So that is hacking stance EX. The only thing additionally added will be the right click function, which allows you to lift up an opponent. So last time you actually need to do a wall bounce against the wall here after you do a hacking stance, like you go into your stance and then you push your opponent and then you get to a punch. But with the right click version of hacking stance right now, you need not do that. You can just do the right click and get a free lift. So it's extremely useful here for gladiators to continue their combos with hacking stance. Now you can actually hacking stance someone like like anywhere in the arena, like for ladder, you can hacking stance him, not against the wall, and then get a free lift to continue your combos. So that concludes hacking stance. We'll go straight into the Moonlord EX next. Alright, right now we have the Moonlord and we will start with Cyclone Slash EX. So, the new version of the Cyclone Slash have the suction effect, and right now she's going to try to air evade out of it to see that if she can get out, and we can show you the suction effect as well. You can see she's caught again, and you can see that she's slowly being put up to the center of the Cyclone Slash. So the suction effect works as well, and it actually works behind walls. So if you actually cast a Cyclone Slash, like if it stacks up against a wall, if you hit someone here, doesn't show it now, but if someone is actually caught in a second slash here, you actually go through walls as well. So if you are using it for group PvP, very useful. So that is Cyclone Slash EX. We'll go to the next one for the Moonlord, which is Crescent Cleave EX, which is this one. So Crescent Cleave EX basically makes the animation looks very cool now. like extremely cool. And just remember that you can use the normal attack button again to shoot out 2 more large sword energies. So just to show you guys, we'll fire the second slash first. Yikes! That's 2 additional waves there. So very useful skill for large bosses, because if you read the skill description, it actually says that if all shots are hit, 30% magical damage is added. So similarly for PvP it works as well. So one thing I haven't tested is, because for you to learn the new EX skill, there is no level requirement for Crescent Cleave. So if Crescent Cleave is level 1, you do not have 6 waves, correct? You have only 3 sword waves. So can you still fire out the extra 2 waves with 3 waves? So that is something that I want to try, and I'm going to be showing you guys as well. So right now I have level 1 Crescent Cleave, and we're going to test it. Look at that, guys! You do not need level 6 Crescent Cleave for 5 sword waves anymore. So if you look at the skill description here, it actually says throw 3 sword energy blows, but it's level 1. So when you learn the EX, you automatically unlock 5 sword waves. Just to confirm you with you guys. Look at that. It's the full version of the Crescent Cleave. So if you are a PvP player, you do not need to learn Crescent Cleave to level 6 just to learn the 5 sword waves. You can just learn level 1 and then learn Crescent Cleave EX for all 6 waves plus 2 of the energy waves here. So do not need to waste any SP. So this is just for Crescent Cleave, and we'll go to the next class, which will be the Destroyer. Okay, right now with the Destroyer, so the new EX skills for you will be Punishing Swing EX and Ring Bombs EX or Chocolate Waffle EX. So for Punishing Swing EX, you have an additional burn damage, which is 20% of a magic attack. I think this don't really matter, but the burn duration lasts for 11 seconds, and it gives you the Fire attribute for Punishing Swing. And Ring Bombs EX, you have smaller shockwaves that do 20% of your normal, basically 20% of the damage that your ring bombs actually do. So just to show you guys here, Punishing Swing. So actually, at the explosion is 2.5k damage there, and you can see the burn damage right now, 2 to 5 damage per tick. I would say it's fine. And next one will be Ring Bombs EX. So because I do this, and then you can see the additional explosion there, 900 damage there for the Ring Bombs EX. So this is just the 2 skills that you want to know for the Destroyer, and we'll go straight to the Barbarian. Alright, now with the Barbarian class. So for Barbarian, we have 2 new EX skills as well, Demolition Fist EX and Circle Swing EX. So if you read the first description, when the hit is made, the floor is slammed to the ground to increase the damage area. So the additional damage does 30%. And Circle Swing EX, you can actually press the normal attack button to allow a lift into the air. So this is like Front Shove EX right click version, but this one you actually use left click to hit, and it increases damage by 30%. So yep. But for Demo Fist EX, know that there is a stun probability for PvE, but for PvP this stun probability it's not there. And just FYI, if you see Demolition Fist, if you cast it in the air, the additional hit will not occur. So if you read the skill description correctly just now, it mentioned that you need to hit the target for the slam dunk of the skill to work. So for Circle Swing, very simple. You cast, and then left click, you can get an extra lift here. So very helpful definitely if you try to combo your opponent in an open area without any walls. But note that Demolition Fist, you can see the additional damage there will occur, the additional slam dunk will occur when you hit the target. So that will be Demolition Fist EX and Circle Swing EX for you for the Barbarian in PvP. Okay, so we are down to the archer classes, starting with the Tempest, then followed by the Windwalker, Sniper, and then Artillery. So for the Tempest, we have the Binding Shot EX. The AoE is increased greatly, so it's almost 180 degrees, I would say it's 170 degrees. and the physical damage is increased for a while when the target is hit. So if your target is affected by Binding Shot EX, they actually take 30% more damage. For PvP it's 3 seconds, for PvE it's 5 seconds. And then we have Double Somersault Kick EX, where the damage is just increased by 30%, and there's a mini suction effect when you cast the skill as well. So PvP and PvE both 30% damage increase, and just note that Binding Shot EX here is pre-balanced. So in, I think, China Dragon Nest, the physical damage is increased by 15% only, not 30%. But let's get to see how it works. So you can see that the AoE is actually damn big. Extremely big there. And once you cast, you can see there was a debuff. There was this blue-like debuff on the character just now. So for the Double Somersault Kick, just to show you guys, you can see that it was around 838 damage here. So I'm going to do Binding Shot into Double Somersault Kick, and you can see the damage increase. You can see that it's 1000 per hit for the Double Somersault Kick with the Binding Shot damage buff. So I think it works hand in hand with DSK. It's meant to increase the damage of DSK further, or if you get Binding Shot and then get a Hurricane Dance to link like this. Let me try to do it. You can see that for a short duration of 3 seconds, the Hurricane Dance damage is increased greatly. So that is Binding Shot EX and Double Somersault Kick EX for you, and I just got a Hammer Strike to my face. QQ. So you can actually turn your Double Somersault Kick EX, like you can try to drag it around to try and pull more mobs. Going to be showing you guys in the PvE showcase, but this is the PvE side for the Tempest for you. Alright, for the Windwalker we have the Booming Kick EX as well as the Eagle Dive EX. So Eagle Dive EX, you can actually press the special attack button after the attack to activate Somersault Kick, and then go into Double Somersault Kick obviously. And then for the Blooming Kick EX, you can actually continue with Air Pounce or Eagle Dive after pressing the normal attack button. So just to show you guys the skills by itself, so Booming Kick, and then this is the lift. Okay, so after the lift you can go into Eagle Dive or Air Pounce. So for Eagle Dive, you can actually do the Eagle Dive and then press the special attack button to do the Somersault Kick. So let me just show you guys. You can see that I managed to do it there. So it's non-Double Somersault Kick EX. Just know that the Double Somersault Kick EX is for the Tempest. So you can actually chain both of these skills together right now. It actually helps you to do something like this. Yep, as you can see now, both of these skills can be chained together to actually allow you to combo. Of course, you can go into Air Pounce and then Eagle Dive and then Double Somersault Kick again. So I'm going to be trying that. And kind of flop there. But yeah, I'm no Fala here. So for Air Pounce, I think I didn't level it high enough. Let me just check. Yep, no, it's actually my fault. So you can actually do 3 jumps, but let's try that again. Yay, Kazu isn't so bad after all. I pick up very fast, so you can see that you can do the Air Pounce for maximum damage and then go back down with the Eagle Dive and then back up again with Double Somersault Kick after using the Somersault Kick with the special attack button. So this will be the 2 EX skills for you for the Windwalker. Okay, we'll go straight into the Sniper class, and the Sniper class have Aerial Chain Shot EX. And this basically gives you an additional special attack button while shooting the attack, and the special attack button gives you 50% of the usual damage of the Aerial Chain Shot. And then you have Siege Stance EX. Basically it gives you the ability to do the another mode, which is the special attack button to fire out several arrows in a fan shape to give more damage to enemies in a closer range. So gonna be showing you guys area chain shot first. So basically you can do this and then additional right click version, which is the special attack button to fire out arrows again. This basically gives you more air time. Of course sometimes more air time is not good, so you need to know when to use it. And then for siege stance, yeah, I'm gonna be showing you guys in normal version, and then you can see how many arrows you can fire in the full duration of the stance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's just 5 arrows here. My siege stance is actually level, I think 11. Yep, so 11. So gotta wait for a while for the right click version. So to demonstrate the right click version of the siege stance, I actually got her to back a wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 5 times as well, and I think you can actually land more arrows. They actually count how many arrows per shot, but I think it's 5. Is it 5? I think maybe 6, but that is siege stance EX for you. I think it's more useful for a PVE setting. For PvP, if you can actually find time to land your siege stance in such a close range fashion, I think either you're very good, or yeah, your opponent is pretty bad. Or it could be both. Yep. So let's go straight to the artillery class. So we are with the artillery right now, with rapid shot EX as well as swift shot EX. So rapid shot EX, you basically instantly summon 6 arrows and then you can move immediately. So last time when you fire rapid shot, you actually rooted to the ground and you try to drag your shots to try and catch opponents that are running. Right now you can just summon all the 6 arrows and then move immediately. And just note that the damage after total 12 hits will only be applied at 10% only. Don't know what that means, but never mind. Swift shot EX, you can basically enter an additional normal attack button to actually do a jump backwards and fire 3 arrows to the front. So basically last time when you use Swift Shot EX is just for the iframe, but because you're still vulnerable because you're very close to the opponent, but right now they give you a chance to actually jump backwards so you can actually get further away from your opponent. So very useful for PvP definitely. But let's look at how they look like. So Rapid Shot EX, summon, and see, you can move straight away while you watch the explosions happen. And I think what they really mean by after 12 hits the damage will only be 10%. That means the skill can actually fire for more than 12 hits. So let's try to test that out to see if we can do more than 12 hits. And basically any hit after the 12 hit will just be 10% of the damage. So right now we only see 7 hits, not really see the 12 hit, but just now I saw an 89 damage there. And I guess the 89 damage is just 10% of the skill, which is true because just now we saw that the damage was 889, so 10% of 889 is about 89. So let's see that again. Let's try to do it further away this time. So yeah, 10 hits, and we have not hit 12 just yet. So I think when we hit all 12 hits, the damage will be capped, where the 10% damage will only be done after the 12 hit. So you won't be seeing that happen very often, I guess, unless I think you are hitting more than one opponent. So let's look at Swift Shot EX. Look at that. So last time you get a flinch already, and then now you can fire another 3 arrows to do your flinching effect. So while waiting for the cooldown to come up, let's just see rapid shots again. I just love this skill, to be honest. Wanted to make an artillery because of rapid shot EX, but once again let's look at Swift Shot EX. Flinch, and then you can fire an additional arrow to give the knockdown. That's the first thing, and then to back away if you didn't quite get the knockdown as well, because some classes have super armor or defensive abilities. So that will be Swift Shot EX and Rapid Shot EX from the artillery class for you. Okay, we'll start with the cleric classes right now, and starting with the saint, just to show some cleric love here. So I'm going to be going to the saint, and for the saint you have the Cure Relic EX as well as Healing Relic EX. So for Healing Relic EX, the recovery range is increased to 10 meters and all damages from enemy attacks is reduced by 20%. So it's like a mini Miracle Relic right now, definitely very useful for PvE as well as PvP. So for PvP and PvE, the damage reduction is both 20%, but for PvE, the recovery range is actually 15 meters, just FYI. And then we have Cure Relic EX, where you can actually cure your own status anomaly. So this means that it works like relief right now, and to show you that to be true right now, I'm going to be frozen. You can see I can actually press number 5, which is Cure Relic, to actually get rid of the Glacial Wave here. And I'm going to be showing you guys to see if Time Stop can work as well. So we'll find out now if Cure Relic EX can work against Time Stop. So there's a Majesty here right now, and just going to cast Time Stop on me. So you can see I can cast Cure Relic straight away. So basically this works like relief, you can cure yourself of any anomaly status here. So the final question is, because I mentioned that Cure Relic works like relief, but relief can be used while it can be used as an air evasion. So can Cure Relic be used as an air evasion where you can get yourself out of stagger, or like while you're in the air when you're lifted? So we're gonna test it out with Switch Gravity here. So she's gonna cast. So you can see that Cure Relic EX there is grayed out. I can't use Cure Relic EX. So this is the only thing which is not like relief. So note that Cure Relic EX cannot be used to get out of stagger status or uplifted status while you're airborne, but it can be used for Glacial Wave and Time Stop. So basically anything that gives you, I would say, a debuff, you can actually get rid of it with Cure Relic EX by pressing number 5. So you can see that this time you're knocked down by Gravity Ascension, you cannot use Cure Relic EX as well. So knockdown effects, basically something that doesn't give you a debuff, you can't use Cure Relic EX. So she's just torturing me right now to show you guys that you can't use Cure Relic EX. Okay, so just to demonstrate to you guys the 20% damage reduction for Healing Relic EX, right now I'm going to be normal attack twice. You can see it's about 700 damage there. So with Healing Relic EX, so normal attack again, so you can see that it's 500. So that was a crit for 877, but you can see it's 577 or 600 here with the Healing Relic EX damage reduction. So it is working as intended here. So right now we are with the Inquisitor class. So for Inquisitor, they have the Mindbreaker EX as well as Chain Lightning EX. So let's look at the skill description. Mindbreaker EX, after traveling for some distance, the area is increased and damage is given for 3 seconds. Weak enemies are slowly pulled, so there's a small suction effect and then there's a huge explosion at the end. And electrocuted enemies are pushed away. So just note that when the target is electrocuted, the light attribute is actually reduced by 15%. Also, if all attacks are hit, the attack power is increased by 50% as well. I think it means the last damage is actually increased by 50% if you manage to land all the hits. And then we have Chain Lightning EX, where basically your Chain Lightning can do more targets, is it? Additional lightnings are summoned to hit electrocuted enemies. So I do not have many monsters to show you this, but basically I think there are more damages on the target that is electrocuted. So Chain Lightning EX and Mindbreaker EX. So I'm going to do Chain Lightning EX first and then Mindbreaker EX, because when the target is electrocuted, the light attribute is reduced by 15%, which means he'll take more light damage. So Chain Lightning first. Okay, so you saw the additional lightning there. So because the tree is electrocuted here, we'll do Mindbreaker EX. You can see that she's being pulled in, and then the last explosion there's a flinch, 176 damage there. So let's try that again while waiting for the cooldowns. So we have Chain Lightning EX first. You can see additional lightning pulsating from the right and left of the target. I think it's more useful for multiple targets available. And then we have Mindbreaker EX. You can see the suction effect as well as the flinch at the end. So this is the 2 EX skills for the Inquisitor, and as always going to be showing you guys the PvE aspect as well. So right now I'm with Guardian. So for the Guardian, you have Stance of Faith EX as well as Divine Ascension EX. So Stance of Faith EX basically allows you to move with the stance on you. So you can move slowly, and the retaliation attack area is increased to 3 meters. So just FYI, so the range, or rather the AoE of the reflect attack is right now a lot further, 3 meters right now. And then Divine Ascension EX basically allows you to retaliate with the normal attack button after you successfully block. So you can fire out an energy cross after you block. So right now I'm going to be demonstrating Divine Ascension EX first. She's going to attack me right now. You can see I fire out a cross, and you can see that it is light attribute. So it is 20% attack power per hit. And right now I'm going to be showing you guys Stance of Faith. So just wait for a block to be over. Okay, block's over. So right now, Stance of Faith, I can move. After I press the space bar, you can see I'm moving. So she's gonna attack me right now. So you can still toggle it if you want to. So you can cancel it, you can jump. I mean, you still can't jump, but you can toggle to move faster. So my Stance of Faith is over already there. So just know that Stance of Faith, even though it allows you to move around right now, you cannot jump. So you can only press spacebar to activate and deactivate it, allowing you to move just a bit faster if you do not have Stance of Faith like this. And then if you use Stance of Faith, you can move but at a slower pace. Just note that the AoE is increased as well. Okay, the final cleric class, which is the Crusader, we have Sacred Hammering EX as well as Lightning Zap EX. So for Sacred Hammering EX, you basically, right now you can fire out your hammers. So he has a range of 8 meters, so I would say it's a mid-range skill, and the attack power of hammer is increased by 160%, so very good for both PvP and PvE. And then you have Lightning Zap EX, which basically allows you to zap up to 7 targets. He has a longer range up to 8 meters. And then targets that are affected by Lightning Zap will also have a chance to strike nearby enemies with lightning. So we'll go straight to Sacred Hammering first. You can see that I have the buff on me right now. So you can see I can throw a hammer here. So there's a chance to stun an enemy, and in fact I think the chance is pretty high. But you can't hit targets on the ground. You can, so you can actually stun continuously. So that is Sacred Hammering EX. If you want to throw for funsies, if you want to write a word with your Sacred Hammering, I think you can do so. It's very cool. You can see the range is pretty far. And we have Lightning Zap EX. So the range in the past, I think you need to be around, I think it's around here. So I think now you can do about here. Let's try to test it. You can see the range is extremely far. And you can see additional zaps around target as well. So Lightning Zap EX is very cool, and I think it will look better in the PvE setting as well. Alright, now we are down to a new setting for the sorcerer's side of the house, and we'll start with the Majesty first, followed by Smasher, Elestra, and then Saleana. So for the Majesty, we have the Triple Up EX as well as the Black Hole EX. So for Triple Up EX, basically the explosions at the end for the Triple Ups right now can flinch your targets. And for Black Hole EX, the speed of pulling enemies and the area of the Black Hole is increased. And there's additional damage at the end if you actually get the explosion to land. So we'll just try Black Hole EX first, just to show you guys. You can see the suction effect is very quickly. And the last explosion actually gave a flinch compared to the previous black hole where you usually want to use on a knockdown target so that you cannot try and get out of it. So that is Black Hole EX for you, the suction effect, and the skill actually looks extremely awesome. So for triple up EX, the skill at the explosion can give a flinch as well. So I'm just going to show you guys that. Just going to cast one here. You can see the explosion there gave her a flinch. And we're just going to wait for the cooldown of the triple ups to show you guys the suction effect that will actually keep the target heatable for a long time. Actually it works the same as the current triple ups, but the suction effect is actually very good. Just to show you guys what I mean will be this. So you do your usual triple up combo. So you can see that because of the suction effect, you can do the 3 times triple up combo very easily here without the flame burst, because the suction effect will actually pull the target to the second and then the third op as long as you give a nudge there. So just to show you guys again. Missed my point blast there. Let me try to see what can I do to flinch the target. There you go. And then you have your 3 times triple up combo. So kind of went the wrong direction here. But you get what I mean there with the triple ups. And just to show you guys the Black Hole EX once again. I think I got the casting range wrong, but you guys get the idea. The last flinching effect is actually very useful, and the casting speed, the suction effect right now has increased very greatly compared to the non-EX version. So that is the Majesty EX skills for you. Okay, time for the Smasher, and Smasher will have Ninetales Laser EX as well as Force Mirror EX. So let's look at a skill description for it. Ninetales Laser is enhanced, laser that penetrates through the center is increased by 3, small lasers are increased by 3, and the explosive area is increased. So if you manage to get all shots to hit, the damage is increased by 50%. So for Force Mirror EX right now, instead of just a mirror that gives debuffs to targets, it also does damage to enemies. So for PVE, the area is 7 meters and 130% of your magic attack. And for PvP, it's only 5 meters and 50% of your magic attack. So let's see Force Mirror EX first, the badass evil looking mirror. So you can see 724 damage. My magic attack is 3136, so that is correct. So about 1000 damage there. That's with the debuff. So that is the Force Mirror EX, and then we have Ninetales Laser EX here. That's extremely awesome. So where is the additional damage here? So if you realize when your Ninetales Laser is fired, the initial damage is actually a lot lesser compared to the final damage. So just to show you guys again, this time closer so you can see the damage numbers. You can see it's 500 first, and then you can see the end is like 1.4k to 1000. So this is what they mean by the damage is increased by 50% if you manage to land from the initial hit to the ones at the explosion. So if you put Force Mirror, and then you have your Ninetales Laser EX. So you can see the damage is actually a lot. So this is the 2 EX skills for the Smasher class. So right now we are with the Elestra, and the Elestra EX skills are the Freezing Field EX, attack power increased by 30% for PvP and PvE as well. And you can actually freeze the monsters or targets. Realize that it's targets, so as long as you are in the center of the Freezing Field EX, you can be frozen for 5 seconds. So it's the same for PvP and PvE, just that for PvP you can AD out of it. And next we have Frozen Spike EX. Basically you can summon 3 walls of ice right now with a 2 meter gap. And then there's one ice wall which is additionally formed to explode to give damage to nearby enemies after 2 seconds. So the freezing wall can actually explode now. And just note that after 2 hits, the damage will only be 50% for PvP, and for PvE is actually only 30%. So actually PvP is not so bad. Yep. So just to show you guys the Frozen Spike CX explosion, I'm trying to cast it right now. So you can see that the end exploding Frozen Spike will actually do a flinch, and then to show you guys the Freezing Field EX freezing status if you are in the center, you can see that the target is frozen for 3, 4, 5, bam. So that's 5 seconds for you. So just to test out if the Frozen Spikes, the first wall can actually explode the flinch, just gonna cast it down. So that was a parrying stance there, unfortunately. So gonna wait for cooldowns and try it again. So just note that the Freezing Field EX, if you manage to encase the target, it is extremely good. But note that, if I'm not wrong, the damage increase when you're frozen is not that high anymore, but that's 11,000 there. My Freezing Field is actually level 15, just FYI. I'm gonna try the Frozen Spikes EX again. So all the Frozen Spikes can explode to flinch the target. So that is the 2 EX skills for the Elestra for you. Okay, and the last one for the Sorceress class will be the Saleana, and her EX skills are Inferno EX. Basically the range is increased to 8 meters, and if the last explosive attack, which you can activate with the normal attack button, is used, the flame resistance is reduced by 20, and the attack power for the last explosion is increased by 40%, so it's 40% of your magic attack, I believe. And then Firewall EX, you can actually press the normal attack button after the attack to throw flames to the front. So basically it's like a ball of fire that rolls out like an inferno for the Firewall EX. So just to show you guys that one first. So Firewall, and then you can push your target away. Look at that. Pretty awesome for PvP and PvE. And then Inferno, the range, last time you need to add to like high levels to get at 9 meters, but right now you can actually get it at level 1, just like Crescent Cleave. If you watch the beginning, you just need level 1 Crescent Cleave. With Crescent Cleave EX you can get the 6 waves straight away. So similarly with the Inferno EX, you can have level 1 Inferno, but you will have the extra range. So Inferno extra range, and if you press the, if you get the last explosion to hit, the fire resistance is reduced for 3 seconds. So that's Inferno EX for you. Just want to see it again. So you can actually cancel Inferno, if I'm not wrong, by pressing the normal attack button first. I'm going to try it out now. Just waiting for 5 seconds here. Yep, indeed you can, and the last explosive attack can cause a stagger to your target. So let's say if you are caught in a situation where he can cancel Inferno, you can quickly press the left click button to do that last explosion. So that is the Saleana EX skill for you. Alright, right now we are with the academic side of the house, starting with the Gearmaster. So Gearmaster has 2 new EX skills. Mecha Shock EX, basically the enemies that are being shocked will be provoked to attack the Mecha Duck, and damage increased by 30%. The AoE of the shock is also increased. And then Mecha Siren EX. So basically the area of attack is also increased by 50%, attack power increased by 30%, and most importantly, when he actually casts Mecha Siren, the Mecha Duck's movement speed is actually increased, so you'll see like a spirit boost like buff below the Mecha Duck. And that will last for 4 seconds. So for PvE it's actually 9 seconds and you should get more damage increase. No, it's the same damage increase. So 9 seconds increase of movement speed for PvE for Mecha Siren. And for Mecha Shock it's the same for PvP or PvE. So let's summon the Duck right now. Look at that, the Siren, and then use the Mecha Shot. You can see the AoE is increased. And we'll try to see another Siren if possible. That's the Mecha Shot again. So we're not actually seeing the Spirit Boost buff. Oh, there it is. After you cast the Siren, you see the Spirit Boost buff. So this is the Gearmaster EX skill for you. So coming up next, Shooting Star, and Shooting Star 2 new EX skills will be Mind Thrower EX as well as Alfredo Storm EX. So basically 30% more damage due to the shock wave after he storms, so it's like Storm EX but the Alfredo version. And then you have Mind Thrower EX. Basically the attack is increased by 30% and a bigger bomb is shot into the air with increased damage and explosion area. So Mind Thrower EX actually looks damn nice. Let's show you guys. And you can see that the explosion actually lands faster, I think, or it feels faster. Well, let's summon Alfredo now and hopefully he will do the Storm. So try to see the Storm EX. He's buffing himself right now, and then the Storm now. No, it's Alfredo Beam first. And then, there you go, Alfredo Storm EX followed by the Whirlwind. About Ping Pong EX. And then ending on with Mind Thrower EX. Yep, so that will be the Shooting Star EX skill. That was the Storm EX again. And that is the Shooting Star EX skill for you. Okay, going into the Alchemist class, we have the Adept, and the Adept have 2 EX skills as well. Icing Punch EX. So basically you can actually summon another 3 punches instead of just one little cute Ice Punch. You right now have 6. So you can press the normal attack button to summon the second bunch as well. But you note that the change is to have the first hit for, you want to use Icing Punch first, followed by Magma Punch if you want to use them in succession. But if you want to use Icing Punch after Magma Punch, I don't think you can do it that way if you want to do double punches. So I'll show you what I mean later. So basically the damage is increased by 30% due to additional attacks, and we have Magma Wall EX. So basically there will be additional pillars in front for the explosion. So attack area in front is increased to 4 meters. So right now the pillars will be in 4 directions. I think it is 4 directions in the past, but right now there will be more pillars and they look cooler. So Magma Wall EX first. That is Magma Wall EX for you. And after that we have Icing Punch. So what do I mean by you cannot use 2 Icing Punch into Magma Punch? So let's say right now if I do Shift plus left click and then another left click, I can't do Magma Punch. Okay, note that you cannot connect it that way if you want to use Magma Punch. So if you want to use Magma Punch EX after Icing Punch, you have to use the first one and then go straight to the right click. So that is what the skill description is trying to say. So what can you do to actually go about it? So the skill description says that you can actually cast your Magma Punch first and then go into a double Icing Punch. So this is what I mean. 1 and 2. So this is what I mean. So you can go the other way, but you cannot do 2 Icing Punch into a Magma Punch. So just FYI here. So to show you guys again, you cannot do 2 Icing Punch and then you cannot right click to do Magma Punch. You see I actually do the right click skill there. But you can do Magma Punch into 2 Icing Punch right now. 1 and then 2. So this is how you actually, how the skill description is actually trying to tell you. So this will be the 2 EX skills for the Adept. Let's head on to the Physician. Alright, right now the second Alchemist class we have the Physician, and Physician 2 EX skills as well. Disease EX, basically you throw 3 poison bottles instead of 1, and for affected targets they actually take 20% more damage, so interesting here. And damage is increased by 50% for PVP and PVE. And then we have Poison Charging EX, where you can press the normal attack button while descending to throw poison on the floor to give damage to enemies, as well as being able to dodge again after using their additional attack. So damage increased by 30% as well. That was my Facebook, sorry. So just to show you guys the disease, you can throw 3. So I think you can actually try to throw it like poison spray, not too sure, but let's show you guys the poison charging first. So you can spin up, press left, and look at that, you can tumble again very soon. So you saw that I actually took a step back after the additional attack, but then you saw my dodge cooldown was still running, that means it wasn't resetted. So just to show you guys what I mean, so poison charging, left click, normal attack, and then you can see I took a small step back and then now I can dodge again. So you actually need to press this skill, or rather the dodge, very quickly after you do the additional attack. If you actually hesitate any time, you cannot press the dodge. So just to show you guys, if I delay it, and you can see I can't do the dodge anymore. So basically it gives you an additional short timing for iframe, I guess, since dodge has iframe. So you have to go in fast, press the left click, and then you have to hold down your shift very quickly, and then you can dodge very shortly after. In other words, it gives you a lot of mobility as well as a long period of time where you have a period of iframe. So let's try to drag the disease here. Okay, you can't really drag, so I guess you can get 2 hits to land on the target there, and then you have your usual... Oh, I thought that was poison break. Sorry, let me just get poison break down here, and then maybe a poison break. Yep, so that will be the 2 EX skills for you for the Physician, Disease EX as well as Poison Charging. Alright, the final 4, we'll be starting with the Dark Summoner first, followed by the Soul Eater, and then Blade Dancer, and last but not the least, Spirit Dancer. So for the Dark Summoner we have Chainclaw EX as well as Revenge Hand EX. So for Chainclaw EX, basically you can press the special attack button to summon another spirit hand to slam your enemy down, and you can actually activate it in the air by pressing the jump key. So this one is very interesting, I'm going to be sharing with you more tips. And then for Revenge Hand EX, the time taken for the explosion to happen is actually reduced, and right now there's actually 3 consecutive explosions compared to 1 in the past. So same for PvP and PVE, so I'm going to be showing you Revenge Hand EX first. You can see the suction effect. The explosion is used a lot faster, and I think the explosion bug out there. So for Chainclaw EX, you can cast it now, and then additional right click to slam down a target, so the target will actually bounce again, so very useful for combos. And you can actually cast it while using skills in the air. So what do I mean? You can cast Phantom Rage, and then spacebar to leave the target down. And you can actually use the right click after the spacebar as well, but one thing to note is that the right click or the special attack function for the Chainclaw EX can only be used while you're on the ground. What do I mean? So you can see Blitzclaw, spacebar, I think I pressed it too late, so let's throw Revenge Hand EX again. So she ran out of the explosion range again, I think I need to knock her down first. But anyways, just to show you guys, Blitzclaw to Chainclaw once again. So you can actually dodge a skill with iframe and then spacebar, and then look at that, you can do the right click version of the skill only when you land, so that's just FYI. And we're going to be trying to knock her down now. And then Revenge Hand. You can see the explosion is actually 3 times, but she didn't get the explosion because she is out of the aerial effect. But I think it will be very useful for PvE as well as group PvP. So Dark Summoner 2 EX skills. Make sure you know that you can actually use Chainclaw in the air. So that's just FYI, you can activate it via the spacebar, and you can use skills, you can use Phantom Rage as well as Chainclaw, and then you can press spacebar in between those skills to actually use Chainclaw, but mind you that the right click version of Chainclaw can only be used when you reach the ground. So sometimes you might not want to use the right click version, but that will be the 2 EX skills for the Dark Summoner for you, and we'll go to the Soul Eater. Okay, right now we have the Soul Eater. Am I gonna eat you up? Nope. So Soul Eater 2 EX skills, Cling Snake EX, where basically you summon more snakes, and then the shots is increased from 3 to 4 directions. And then the special part about this skill is right now with the EX version, you can actually restrict movement for 1.5 seconds, mind you, 1.5 seconds. So it works like restraint somehow, I guess, to keep your target stuck there. I would say more like ankle shot, but yeah, 1.5 seconds only. And then you have Soul Gate EX, where an additional large ghost will be summoned at a certain distance, and a huge explosion will occur when you collide with the large ghost. So the explosion will also do damage to nearby enemies, and basically 10% increase in damage. So we'll show Cling Snake first, where she'll try to move when I get the debuff on her. So you can see that there's a debuff, she cannot move, and the last part was where she tried to move, because the debuff only lasts for 1.5 seconds. And then we have Soul Gate EX, it's red color now instead of blue. So that is the big explosion ghost. So I guess the distance is around here, and another big one here. So I think it alternates between two small ones, and then the big one will come out again. So that is Soul Gate EX for you, and remember to brand your target when you use the Soul Gate. So 2 EX skills for the Soul Eater, Cling Snake EX. Once you get hit, you cannot move. I think, yep, she's lagging there. And then we have the Soul Gate EX. I'm going to try right now if we are at the furthest range whether it will summon the large ghost. So this one is quite far. The big ghost still pops out, and then let's brand the target there. The big ghost still summons. So basically right now you have a big ghost that summons, that comes out alternate times for the Soul Gate, I guess, and that will be the EX version for the Soul Eater. Alright, second last class to go. We have the Blade Dancer. So for the Blade Dancer, we have 2 new EX skills as well. We have Sweet Circle EX as well as Twinkle Spin EX. So for Sweet Circle EX right now, with the extra normal attack button, you have faster action speed increased by 30%, and then you can do the normal attack button to throw the chakram back at enemies, and basically 50% additional damage. And then we have Twinkle Spin EX, where you can do an additional spin to slam targets to the floor. So this actually helps you conquer the weakness of Twinkle Spin, where you're actually vulnerable when you're trying to land, and even with Ghost Kick, you are vulnerable as well. So this is one way to allow you to continue your combos without having Refreshing Screw to be available, because Refreshing Screw can be used via the spacebar while you're casting it, if you read it. Yeah, we can press the jump button to activate it in the air. So Refreshing Screw was one of the only ways you can try to chain Twinkle Spin. But right now with Twinkle Spin EX, you can actually chain it like this with the Sting Breeze, a very basic skill. So go up, left mouse button, that's the extra lift, and then you can go with Sting Breeze. So the Twinkle Spin EX is like this, and then we have Sweet Circle EX, where the action speed is now increased by, let's see how fast, 30%. So you do not need to wait for this low agonizing skill to cast finished. And he has very good super armor breakage as well, and decent super armor defense. So very useful skill that you can use for PvP. So you can throw it again to summon the chakram out. So Twinkle Spin EX, can actually do a lot of different chains here. So this will be the 2 EX skills for the Blade Dancer. So Sweet Circle EX, and that will be the Blade Dancer. Let's go to the Spirit Dancer. And finally, last but not the least, we have the Spirit Dancer with her EX skills. We have White Stinger, Dust Hunter EX with increased 30% damage, as well as the arrow. After it fires, it actually explodes to lift enemies up into the air. Very awesome. And then we have Abolisher EX here with additional 2 explosions in front, something like Flying Swing. So right, I'm going to try Abolisher EX first. You can see the additional explosions. So right now what you want to test is, can those additional explosions leave up the target as well? So I'm going to try that. So last time Abolisher has a very short range, but if I cast it mid-range here, So you can see that the additional shockwaves actually can lift the target if the super armor is low. So, but I would say you do not want to rely on that to do the uplift. And after that we have Dusk Hunter EX, where the arrow will explode to leave a target. Yep, so right now Dusk Hunter can be used as a form of combo skill that you can use. Last time you can only use it as a wall bounce, but right now maybe you can try to do like this and then go in with another abolisher. So that's one way you can do it, and then maybe Sting Breeze after that. So this actually basically gives you a lot of opportunities and possibilities for the Spirit Dancer in terms of PvP. And of course the additional explosion makes this skill a skill that you might want to level for PvE as well, since the AoE of the attack lifts up target, and then Abolisher EX definitely helps PvE as well. But you can see that the additional shockwaves do not actually try and drag the target like the Flying Swing EX, so I'm not too sure if that is reliable for PvP, but this will be the final 2 EX skills to showcase for you guys. Hello everybody, once again this is AikawaKazu. So this will just be a short closing address. I actually took around 6 to 8 hours to record both the PvP and PvE footage for this video, so all 24 classes here, and for PvP with the help of Liz I managed to record for her being the dummy for me to actually hit. And I know that I might not have actually explained or shown the EX skills for all the classes properly, but I think I tried my best to come out with this video as soon as I can, because I know there's one video out there by Half Sugar or Bantang that actually showcased the EX skills, but there's no Kali and apparently it's in Chinese, so many players actually asked me to make this video. So initially I did not want to do it, just FYI, but since everyone wanted I won't say everyone, many requested me to actually make this video for them, so I would say that it's a very helpful video as well. So once again, if I actually showcase any of those skills wrongly, I apologize, but right now I'll be going to celebrate Mother's Day for my parents, I mean my mom, and I'll be uploading this video while I'll be out, so won't be updating the thumbnails anytime soon. So once again, I hope you guys find this video very helpful. Give a thumbs up if you actually learned something or found this video helpful to you for the level 60 cap release. So once again, thanks for watching, God bless, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.